Hey, I'm Sean from LRS Consulting, and we put out the Regina Business Blog at www.reginabusinessblog.com. And in this video, I wanted to do a book review on Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Crush It, Why Now is the Time to Cash In on Your Passion. And I really, really love this book. I've been following Gary for a couple years now, all the stuff that he's been doing with Wine Library TV and GaryVaynerchuk.com and VaynerMedia and all kinds of stuff like Obsessed TV and Cinderella Wine now and Gourmet Library, and he's just kind of a serial entrepreneur, and that kind of speaks to the inner core of me. That I love getting involved in that kind of stuff, seeing all these new businesses go up, and I like to do the same. So it kind of there's a connection there for me, but. Anyways, this book really got me energized about all kinds of new business ideas for our businesses, our clients' businesses, and businesses that I really don't even have anything to do with. I just have these ideas now from this book of how it can be applied, and I just need to get it out, I guess. So, anyways, the book is really about building brands in the new media of online content, building your own content, publishing your own content, and building community to build brands and eventually cash in. And really what's changed in the last little bit he talks about is that the traditional media no longer holds the lock and key to content distribution. In the old days, what you had to do was find somebody in the media that had built up an audience, and then you had to buy ads with them in order to reach that audience to sell your products or services or whatever. But that is no longer the case with things like YouTube and Vidler and Twitter and Facebook and all these hundreds of publishing platforms is really what they are. People can produce their own content for free, free monetarily. It takes a ton of effort to put out this content and build community, but you can put out this content and start to build your own audience. So instead of the analogy I kind of like to think of is instead of being finding somebody like Oprah who has influence over their audience and buying up ad space or product placement and getting Oprah to suggest to people to buy her advertisers' products and that sort of thing, you get the chance to become Oprah and you get to dictate and build your own audience, not dictate, but build your own audience to talk with and put out your content to. And I think that's really huge because there's no excuses anymore. Does it take a whole lot more work to become Oprah versus buying up ad space on Oprah? Of course it does, but in the long term, it's going to be way more effective to build up your own brand as opposed to buying up ad space and building up someone else's brand. You look at buying ad space to build your business. Once you place those ads, besides all the touchy-feely brand awareness stuff, it's really gone. Once a newspaper ad runs, it's gone. Once a radio ad plays, it's done. You don't get any really going forward value from that. But if you can build your own list of, or not necessarily a list, but an audience of, if you're doing a video blog, of viewers, or if you're doing a podcast of listeners, or if you're just doing a written blog of readers, you can build up your own platform, and then people go to you as the authority. And when you want to push something out, or when you want to sell something, you've already got that platform to be able to talk to the people that are buying what you're selling. And I think it has so many applications. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of follow-up videos to this about how people can apply the stuff in this book, because I just think that the game is changing, and people need to realize that, and the people that buy into the concept first will be the real winners. And what I really got out of this book is it doesn't matter whether you are a business or an entrepreneur, or if you are a an employee of an existing business. You have no stake in the ownership of the business. This stuff still can apply. He gives a bunch of different examples in the book, but one, like a couple things that I'm thinking about is, you know, if you have a business, it's one thing. Say you're a plumber, you can put up a video blog about the plumbing industry and what things are going on in that industry, and what things your customers should be looking out for, and how those people can solve their own problems, and what to look for in a good plumber, and all that kind of good stuff. You can build your business that way. But the other thing to do is, if you are an employee, this idea of personal branding that Gary talks about all the time is crucial to me, if you are an employee, because let's just say you're, for an example, a computer programmer working at like some big company. It could even be like a government agency or something. So you're really stuck, and you're really kind of capped out at where you're at, and you're kind of buried in the bureaucracy or whatever. In your spare time, you should be putting out videos or content of some sort about computer programming. And if you really have the chops, you can put out that content, and over time, that content's going to get picked up. So what's going to happen out of that? Well, it's either going to be your existing company is going to, somebody in your existing company is going to stumble upon what you're doing and say to you, like, hey, this guy's got way more potential. We need to be giving him a raise. We need to be giving him more responsibility. We need to giving her more stuff to do, and you're going to end up making more money in the long run. The other thing that could happen is another company comes along and sees your stuff and realizes, hey, we got to get this guy working for us, and they make a hostile offer to you to get you to leave the company that you're with and go to another company. That's not a bad thing if they're offering you more money and offering you to do more stuff with what you're able to do. And then the third thing is guarding against being fired. Gary talks about in the book how the resume is dead. If people want to know about you, they're going to go to Google, and if they Google your name and nothing comes up, that's like red flags, like, what's this guy been doing? But if they Google your name, and once you've applied for a job, and they see, wow, this computer programmer's been putting out a whole ton of content about computer programming, he really knows his stuff, who do you think they're going to hire? So anyways, that's just a few things, few tidbits that I've taken out of this book by Gary Vaynerchuk, Crush It. It's only like 148 pages or something like that. So if there's no fluff in here, it just gets straight to the point of, okay, here's what's going on, here's how you capitalize on it. And he's got like specific examples of all kinds of different industries, and it's not a far reach to apply that stuff to whatever industry you're in. So if you haven't already, pick up the book. It's cheap. It's like $10. It's stupid cheap. So I will lend you my copy if you want a copy as well. Anyways, there's going to be more to come from me on this, so keep it to the Regina Business Blog, and we'll keep coming at you with ideas from Crush It. Thanks for writing the book, Gary.